Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at both charts, and overall the crypto market is moving sideways. As always, when the market is moving sideways, you get a few cryptos that are doing really well, like for example today Avalanche, one of the cryptos that I cover as well, and Alchemy Pay has I think done really well, so I'm going to cover that in another video as well. Overall, pretty much sideways movement, indecision, no clear picture, no clear trend at the moment. Bitcoin, in my view, still in this ABC pattern. I would still expect the final sell-off primarily into the area between 20 and 28.7k. I do also expect it primarily still now. I think this would be still my primary view that, of course, I'm talking here about two scenarios. One scenario is where we come down straight away, one where we break above 46.5k first, move higher and then come down, not to new all-time highs though, but my primary expectation would be that we come down first. As long as we're not breaking above 46.5k, this remains my primary view. We talked about this larger head and shoulders that we have here on the chart, where we've got this ascending a trend line, which also is the neckline of that one, which did obviously break. Here on the downside currently we are forming a inverse head and shoulders. We talked about that in one of the previous videos as well, and if we get to that 46k level here, then we are retesting the neckline from below. And the thing is, then if we break through, then we get these higher price targets and price levels that I did talk about, that could in an extreme case I think even go all the way up to 65k, with an ideal level of around 55k. But if we are getting rejected, then we are going to see here this lower target range, I think, pretty quickly. So it's still a sideways movement. We're not sure where it's going. We see the, I showed in the previous video, we saw the Fear and Greed Index around 50. So really neutral. The share or the ratio of long versus short positions on different exchanges also pretty much remains 50-50. So at the moment there is no clear trend direction. That is why I think we need to wait. My primary expectation, as I said, is still to come down. We need to just wait. We've got two key levels here that I'm watching out for at the moment. The 41k level, yeah, that is important. We want to see the 41k level break to the downside to get into this lower target area and to get the primary expectation work out. Or on the other hand, to move higher, we need to break the previous high, certainly at 45.5, but also here the 46k level, which would be that ascending trend line, the neckline of the head and shoulders, and actually the 46.5, which is an important Fibonacci retracement level. So we've got three key resistance lines up here and one key line down there. What I really wanted to show you as well is those Heikin-Ashi candles. We talked about that. I think we talked about it a long time ago in a video, but it can help to understand possible trend reverses as well, especially on the higher time frame, like the 4-day chart, for example. These are not traditional or not normal candlesticks. They look a bit different. They take into account a group of candles, when they are calculated. And what you can see here, typically when we are moving up here, you saw that in July, you rarely get a wick to the downside. You typically see wicks in an uptrend only to the upside. And then when you get a reversal point, you see these this typically a wick here where you have a shadow up and you see a candle with a shadow up and a shadow down. Then you're moving down, the wicks mainly sticking out to the downside, and then in the move up you got it the other way around. What we have here at the moment is pretty much we had for the last two candles where we had down here a possible reversal point where we had this long wick to the upside and the wick to the downside. Two candles then with the wicks only to the upside, indicating an uptrend. But now again you can see here another wick where pretty much it's not very clear. Another candle, sorry, where it's not very clear, where you have the wick to the upside, a wick to the downside, not a clear uptrend. So typically these Heikin-Ashi candles, they can help us understand trend reversals very well. Especially here you saw it back in October as well, very clear picture. And actually you can see them growing as well when the trend is getting stronger. What you see here, the last two candles were actually getting smaller. So also from an Heikin-Ashi point of view, it doesn't really at the moment show a clear trend reversal to the upside. We were here all the way down here in a downtrend. At the moment, it's not a clear uptrend yet. We can compare it also with the weekly, the picture on the weekly chart. So let's take some weekly Heikin Ashi candles. How is it looking there? Similar picture. Let's see here in July, also on the weekly, these actually became bigger first, and then they, as we approached this rejection point here, or the correction that we saw here from wave A to B, then you saw here this candle with the long wick to the upside and the long wick to the downside. Then you saw a short downtrend again. Here, changeover point, your reversal point at the low of the wave B, and then we moved up again. And however, here at the moment, yes, we had here potential reversal, yeah, but we still only see now the last candle, or the candle of this week, is basically getting smaller. So it's not a very clear picture for me. Also, the Heikin Ashi point of view does not provide a clear picture here. So just confirms what I said. It's 50, well, it's not 50-50 necessarily, but it's really unclear where the direction is heading. Sometimes it's really clear, and throughout this whole period here I remained really bearish, and now we are just here sort of in this possible correction of the downtrend, but there is a potential we break through here for short-term higher prices as well. And if we take, for example, on the daily chart, together with those Heikin Ashi candles, if we take the EMA ribbon, you can see that actually on the daily we have already broken through the EMA ribbon on the daily. But also what I always find very meaningful is the 4-day chart, and on the 4-day chart we have not broken through it yet. Yeah, that is very important though. You also want to see the 4-day chart break, and it's just not a confirmation yet for me that we are here back in an uptrend. But yeah, let's go back to the normal candles. And what I also wanted to show you, just to keep it a bit interesting, is the moon phases indicator. I'm not saying that I take it too seriously, and I wouldn't recommend you take it too seriously, but it's still a indicator that might keep it interesting. And I'm not saying that you should really rely on it in your TA work, but we used the moon phases indicator before just to really keep it a little bit interesting when markets are moving sideways. And what it really shows you, I typically use the one here from Lux Algo. What it typically shows you, the different moon phases, and the theory behind it is that when you get a new moon phase, when that starts, you typically have prices drop, and the recommendation would be to short. And when you have a a full moon phase, then prices should go up. So I try to make it here a bit better visible. So when you see it here red, yeah, when you see this red area, this is a new moon phase. In blue is a full moon phase. And what we had throughout 2021, it worked 70% of the time. We did count it, I think, in one of the recent live streams. Really, when a blue moon phase started, prices did go up. When a new moon phase started, prices did go down. That is why this indicator gives you a short signal when a new moon phase starts. And at the moment, we are here, I think the full moon is starting, is it today? So the new moon started on the 2nd of February. I think we're now approaching another full moon phase. So as per this indicator, you should get a long signal and prices should go up, which would indicate that prices go above 46.5K. Now, I'm not saying it works all the time. For example, in 2022, it didn't really work out too well. So as you can see here, in the last full moon phase, prices actually went down, opposite to what the indicator suggests. And in the last new moon phase, prices did go up. So as I said, take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not taking it too seriously. It's a bit more to keep you updated about it, and a few people asked for it. So in 2022, I'm not too happy about how it worked out. 2021 was actually quite good with 70% of the time, which actually is quite good, to be honest. However, let's just hide it again. Just want to keep you updated that we are now entering the full moon phase again. Okay, so just to keep you updated, I think that is actually from today. Right, look at the ADA chart. There isn't really a lot to update as well, just moving sideways. So I'm not gonna repeat everything that I said in previous videos. We are still here, just to keep it short, in a descending wedge at the moment, in orange here highlighted, but also finding support within this descending wedge on this ascending support line, on this horizontal support line. And what happens if we move further like that? You'll probably have to see this rather as a descending triangle, which would more often than not break to the downside. Yeah, we're heading here into an apex. Now we are really only getting into the apex, very, very much squeezed next week, 22nd of February. that would be. So yeah, we're not there yet. We are pretty much here at the end, but there is still much more space in that triangle. And looking at the height of that triangle, that could be quite a bit of a breakout. But as always, patterns can be a bit subjective, so you could also see this as a descending wedge. If you can take a look at this one here in orange, you can actually see that descending trend line here. So you could see it also just basically, as I said, just as a descending wedge, which would be then be a bullish pattern. And yeah, the higher picture, or the bigger time frame picture here for me is actually that the descending wedge would be more valid. It's the longer one, you know. Within this one, yes, you have a descending triangle, but so even if you break out to the downside here from the triangle, you could still find support here at the support line of the descending wedge. But yeah, other than that, not too much to update here on ADA at the moment. I think the market is just moving sideways, and ADA is just waiting for a decision what Bitcoin is doing, because these two move pretty much together at the moment. That has changed in the past. We had periods where Bitcoin outperformed ADA quite a lot, and also where ADA outperformed Bitcoin quite a lot. So yeah, quick update today here. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And as always, if you really like the content, want to see my buy and sell orders, and like additional content, live chat, Discord, and a weekly live stream, then maybe consider to join the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.